Hey everybody, Mike here from Ontario Overland. So today I'm going to talk about an app that I discovered recently. The app is available for iOS and Android, so you're covered on all fronts no matter what platform you use. The app is called IHunter, and with a name like IHunter, you'd be right to think that is geared primarily to hunters. Even if you don't hunt, this app is still really worthwhile to take a look at. There's a lot of great features in there for anybody that likes getting out and enjoying the outdoors, including Crown Land. That's right, there's an app that you have on your phone now that will help you find Crown Land. You don't have to play around with that clunky policy atlas anymore. So even though this app is geared towards hunters, I think any backcountry adventurer will find a great use for this app. So before we jump into the app, there's a couple things that I want to let you know. First of all, this is a free app, technically. The app itself is free to download from the iOS or the Google Play Store. There are some costs associated with it and what we're going to be talking about today. First off, you have to unlock each province, and each province is $5.99 to unlock. So primarily, we're just looking at Ontario since we're based in Ontario. So it was $5.99 to unlock just Ontario, which is well worth it. If you're looking at unlocking all the provinces, it could get a little bit pricey. So just keep that in mind. Also, with the Crown Land layer that we're going to be talking about today, it does require an annual subscription. I believe the annual subscription is $34. It's charged once. You have a 3-day trial to play around with it, so if you decide you don't like it within 3 days, you can just cancel your subscription and you won't be charged anything. But I think for $34 a year, the amount of times we get out and the amount of planning and research I do for the trips, it's going to be a well worth addition to our toolkit. So let's jump into the app and take a look at it. So once all your subscriptions have been activated, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of public land available. To navigate the app, down here on the lower bar, it basically will tell you where you are. You can text or email your location. You can zoom to your location, which is pretty helpful if you kind of browsing around and get lost. So then you go back to exactly where you are. You can click down here to get sunrise and sunset information. You also details and weather. It will tell you again, because it's geared to hunters, when legal light starts and legal light ends. Or just like most other GPS apps, you can easily set a waypoint at your current location. You can search at a coordinate. If somebody has texted you a location via coordinates, you can find it right there and it'll send you there. You can track yourself, a little line following you around the map and such. Just like most other GPS apps, it's pretty straightforward in that sense. Okay, so hiding down here in the very corner of the bottom bar is your settings. In your settings is where you're going to find the base maps for the app. So you've got your traditional Google and Apple road, satellite, hybrid, and train maps. Those can't be cached. Those will be eating through your data if you're looking at them in the field. They do have cacheable maps for road, topographic, and satellite. So if you want to use satellite view in the field while you're on Crown Land, obviously it's going to use data. It's going to use a lot of data. But you can cache an area ahead of time. So if you know where you're going, you can cache the satellite. I do that with Gaia GPS all the time, and it works out great. I just cache along the whole route to a specific level. You might not be able to get all the way down. You'll get enough information so you can get a good overhead view of the area you're in. But what you're going to want to do to find Crown Land specifically is go up here where the 3 little bars are, click on that to get your menu, go over to the premium tab, and here you'll see provincial Crown Land. Right now I'm zoomed completely out, so this is giving me all this information about different Crown Land plots. It'll get more specific when you zoom in. So say zoom in here around Sudbury where there's lots of Crown Land. I'll show you right now, legend-wise, what we're looking at. So there is a layer and legend bar at the top. That is going to show you what all these different colors mean. So the straight Crown Land that we're looking for is purple. The management units are orange. Patent Crown Land is basically leased land. So you're looking at timber companies primarily, as well as some other people that have like 100-year leases from the government, which I'm not even sure if you can even get those anymore, but some of them are still active since they do honor them. The gold-colored lands are mining lands. So that's people that have mining leases. They're active mines, abandoned mines. So again, some of these leases were given out for years and years and years, and they might not be active anymore, but they're still honored, and that land is still titled in that honor. There are huntable public parks, or huntable provincial parks, I should say. I mean, the bottom two here are basically for hunters, the knowledge that they want for more public land that they can hunt on and where they can't hunt. So now that you know what the colors mean, you can go ahead and look to the area that you're going to exploring. So say, the Algoma area, which I love. It just doesn't get any better than this in Ontario. You can see there's a big chunks of proper crown land. There's big chunks of forest reserves. There's provincial parks. The red line in the middle is the WMU boundaries. This big chunk of conservation reserve, which is where the area we normally explore, where some of our videos have been done in the past. That way, after the WMU, you can also click on this one below it, and that's going to give you the information right from the Crown Land Policy from the Ministry of Ontario. That's where the information you're going to find on what you can and cannot do on this plot of Crown land. So as you can see here, there's vehicle use on and off the trails, campgrounds. They really, it's going to take a lot of convincing for them to agree for somebody to set up a campground there. But also you do just have straight camping here, and camping is allowed, as is Crown Land Recreation, which are the two things that we would be looking for. Food gathering is great for your mushroom pickers and people that love to pick wild herbs and flowers. And then obviously they've selected right off the bat, because again, this is geared towards hunters, so they want hunters to get their information fast. And that's primarily the people that are using this map. That's the information they're looking for. So can I hunt here? Yes. Good. I'll go there. I'll go hunting. But as you can see, as you scroll down and scroll through it, all the information is there that you'd find when using the Crown Land Policy Atlas. It's very extensive, very helpful. I mean, every region is gonna vary, obviously. Like, you click on a provincial park, you're gonna get the information from the provincial park website. And again, this is mainly retaining to can I hunt here, can I not hunt here kind of thing. In this case, you are allowed to hunt within the boundaries of the Lake Superior Provincial Park. Again, so this orange area here is all a conservation reserve. It's the same as Crown Land. The purple is just your general Crown Land, so you're clicking on that. You go for more information to find out what you can. Crown Land Recreation, that's a go, so you're free to camp there, free to do all that entails. Hunting is allowed. Use of public roads are allowed. Building and maintaining roads are allowed with a permit from the MNR. Again, there are just these areas the MNR wants us to enjoy responsibly, of course. It's unfortunate that I have to say that, but this year has proven that there are a lot of new people out there looking to get onto Crown Land. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope everybody will consider checking out the app. I think it's going to be a really good addition to our toolkit as backcountry explorers. If you enjoy these kind of videos and you want to see more of them, let me know in the comments down below. I really enjoy making them. I've got a lot of other ideas swirling around in the back of my head on videos like this that I could do in the future. So if you want to keep seeing them, just let me know. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you out there on the trails.